Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I am going to do an analysis on AAVE. And by the way, guys, do me a huge favor. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button. I am getting some stuff made to put that stuff up in my videos to give you guys a warning so I don't have to keep repeating that myself. But I would greatly appreciate it because YouTube is filtering my videos. I'm not the coin bureau or the BitBoy crypto type of person. You know, they throw them out there because they got all those followers. They can make money off of those guys and they don't make much money off me. So they're like, oh, you're on our bad side, Greg. So I need some help from the community to dropping a like. All right, guys, here's the deal. I'm going to go over AAVE. I'm not going to go into the fundamentals, anything of it. It's the original DeFi. It's done very well, in my opinion, through all of this. Look at Celsius. I mean, that's not DeFi, that's CeFi. Look at that one. Look at some of the other ones. AAVE is still around. I think it's going to probably make it and do pretty well in the next cycle. But here's the thing that you really need to know about AAVE is right here. You see that? Everybody talks about the limited supply of Bitcoin. Well, guess what? There's a limited supply of AAVE too. So you know what that means? Pumpability on AAVE. Now, was it going to pump like some low cap all up to 40,000%? No, it's not. But this is definitely a benefit with AAVE. So there's three coins that are like that I know of off the top of my head that I do pay attention. Bitcoin is obviously the first one. The second one I really like is called Kusama of the Polkadot ecosystem, limited supply. And here's AAVE, limited supply. Just want to let you guys, give you guys that heads up. And let me go to the thing on Twitter. They have a very big community, almost 500,000 followers on Twitter. So AAVE is a coin, in my opinion, you want to pay attention to. So now I'm going to go over the chart with you guys. Look at the technicals. This is a coin that, in my opinion, it's very difficult to figure out. So I have a couple options on this one, but you can see this has had a nasty correction. Okay. So I'm going to go through that. But it had a nice pump here on the weekly chart. And you can see here on the RSI, it's come down quite some on the weekly. I would like to see it a little bit lower. We're going to talk about this area right here. I'm not going to get in this area right here. There's some questions going on in that area. 3-day chart. You know, it's the RSI, it came down here and then it hasn't taken anything out. So there's definitely some questions going on here with AAVE, guys. So it took it out on the daily over here and it's down over there. So there's some questionable stuff that's going on with AAVE based on this RSI data. I don't know if it's finished its correction over here, but I'll present some information to show you guys that. But here's the deal with AAVE. I think I'm missing some data right here. You start this at 1, 2, and then this is a 3, and then down for a 4, and then it did like some sort of ending diagonal type move in there to make the 5th wave move up there. Okay, that's open for debate whether that's the 5th wave or a correction, but that's what I think it is for the time being. So that's what I'm saying. This is a 3rd wave right here. You can see a 3rd wave peak, highest on the RSI, but it had a lot of decline in the momentum, huge amount in that area, making that diagonal. And that was your cue to see something like that to get out and just get out of the coin, because look what happened next. Boom. Okay. So ending diagonals at the top of a wave, if you see, you know, massive waves like this and then just creeps up like that, that is definitely a cue to get out. Most likely all of it too, unless you like to take your bags and write it down 92%. I don't personally. I don't. That's me though. I'm more cryptocurrencies. I'm more the trader mentality. So here's the deal. It did a wave up for a B and then down for this C. I'm calling this a diagonal, ending diagonal. It makes sense to me because that's where it got this pump right here. It got a massive pump of 131%. You can see it follows it. Zigzag, up for a zigzag, zigzag for the 3rd, zigzag for the 4th, zigzag for the 5th. The 1 is longer than the 3rd, and the 3rd is longer than the 5th, making a diagonal. And this A wave to the C wave is more or less 1-to-1, making a zigzag. So that's what it did. A wave was conventional. The C wave made a diagonal, ending diagonal. Up for an X wave, and this is the area that is we're going to talk about. This is certainly a fifth wave or a 5 wave, and this is a 5 wave. So the deal is that I have targets here on AAVE and then down here. If this is not complete somehow, then it's going to swing back down to here. I'll show you just a second on this retracement. It has a nice retracement, in my opinion. This is the only area I can go to. It has a nice retracement that it's done. Okay, so if I take AAVE and I look at it on this retracement, it's hit, that's 0.786, right in that area. Okay, so there's a potential it might not be finished, and these would be the next areas I'd be looking for, the 886 and the 90% if it's not done. Okay, it's difficult for me to really put this one together with this move to this move. You don't want it to be a 5 wave sequence, because that doesn't make sense to me. If calling this some sort of ending, that it just doesn't make sense, because if this is 5, it's got to bounce and make another 5, in my opinion. So with AAVE, this is an A, B, C, in my opinion. Whether this is done, we don't. It's hard to come to a conclusion with that. So let's take a look at that closer on the 4-hour chart. Here's the deal with AAVE. Okay, you can see here's a completed 5 wave sequence right there. You see that bullish divergence. Now from this bullish divergence, is it kicked into another like B wave, X wave or something to correct back down? Hard to tell, hard to tell. You're gonna have to be patient with this coin. You see here's another 5 wave sequence. You see this third wave, the third wave. So here's a 5 and here's a 5. It could be done there. There's a slight possibility. And sussing this stuff out right here is where I think a lot of people get confused at the bottom of these coins, because they don't make clear 5-wave moves like this off the bottom. Very rare does that happen. They make goofy, expanding, contracting, diagonals, and confuse people. That's what I've noticed with a lot of assets, especially in the cryptocurrency market. So here's the deal. This could be an ending, either contracting diagonal or expanding diagonal, if you want to look at this bullish. With a, not an ending, excuse me, a leading. With a leading diagonal, the waves can either be impulses or zigzags, okay? That's where the confusion's. In ending diagonals, they can only be zigzags. So what that means is that it can either be an impulse move like that, or it can be a zigzag, okay, with the beginning diagonals or starting diagonals, okay? So let you guys know that. That is the Elliott wave rule. So here is a possibility with this is an impulse. I checked that out. It could do a 3-wave swing here. These have to be zigzags, and then another one. This is an impulse move. You can see it. There's your divergence. So there's a possibility that it could be over. Here's your 1, 2, 3. It could come down for a 4 and zoom back up on a 5. That's what you want to pay attention to. I don't know where this is. I'm just making an estimate based off Bitcoin, okay? So here's Bitcoin in this area. I'm thinking that Bitcoin is going to possibly drop another, let's say, 20%, more or less, right? So let's go back over to AAVE. Well, AAVE will drop at least that amount, likely. Okay, let's say 25%, right? So this is what you want to pay attention to. If this is not an A, B, C, come down to correct into more of a deeper correction. So what you want to look for. Now, to me, there is bullishness behind it. Whether this is making a motive wave to get out of here and go bullish, I don't know yet. But the reason why I say that is if you take the drop it's done is 20%. But if you look at the drop in the RSI, it's 53%. That's good because it's resetting it. So it could be doing a, say A up for a B and then back down for a C and whiz back up on that. That's what I would be paying attention to, okay? And then your line in the sand for AAVE is going to be right here at $46, okay, more or less. That's your line in the sand for AAVE. And that's still from where it is right now. Let's say that's still a, a 30% drop, more or less, that AAVE can do to maintain that sequence. Okay. Now, if it's not, for some foreseen reason, it's not bullish, and that's definitely a possibility with AAVE, then I would be checking out, see, this wave is way, way too big for that structure. And you don't want it to be a diagonal. You don't want this whole thing to be an impulse wave, because this is what will have to happen. It'll have to be an A up for a B and then back down for a C. It could do that, guys. You have to keep that in the back of your mind. So I personally, I would pay attention to see what it's going to do within this move. Bullish move here. Let me go back out to the 4-hour for you guys. This is bullish, corrective, bullish. So what that means is that it's moving up bullishly, correcting down like it's supposed to be bullish, and it's moving up. So I just wait and see what it's going to do while Bitcoin makes its move here. Okay, it has a potential to maintain a sequence like some other coins that I'm looking at. So if it is bullish in this sequence, so it could end right there like that, guys. You just don't know yet. That's what I would do with AAVE for the time being. It has corrected far enough, in my opinion. It has. It does have some questions too with it on this, from here to here. I don't like to see that type of bullish divergence like that. It does have bullish divergence on that 3-day chart like that. So the momentum is slowing up, but with the structure that AAVE has, I would have liked to see it lower on the RSI down here on the 3-day chart, and on the weekly chart, it's okay. It would have been nice to see it a little bit lower though. It would have been nice, in my opinion. So there's just a couple things you want to look out for with AAVE. It's at the moment of truth. AAVE's at the moment of truth right now. Is this going to be a corrective swing? Is this going to be a corrective swing to come back down here to 37 area, or is this it? Only time will tell. And if AAVE perhaps is going to be going bullish, then this would be its wave 1, coming down for a 2, whether it's there or there, and swing back up into a wave 3. It's a nice second wave correction, nice and deep for cryptocurrencies. This is what you want to see. Okay, and to get a target on something like that, conservative target. Let's say this is the bottom, here's the top. Let's get a conservative target. Let's just say it goes 37. Not getting anybody's hopes up. $1,000 potentially. What did it go to before? 659. Seems reasonable, right? $1,000 move for AAVE, which would be, massive move, guys. 2,500%. I mean, if this is a third wave, it's going to be breaking all-time highs of 664. That would be, in my opinion, a reasonable target for AAVE. If you made it all the way to the end of my video, appreciate you. New subscribers, appreciate you too. Drop a like, hit the subscribe. Peace.